Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I am so sorry that I did not get videos up last month. I really tried, but life comes at you fast, right? This video is for my Leos, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising. It's a general reading, so if you feel like what I'm saying in the video does not resonate with you, go on and check out your Moon and or Rising sign. I do have that link down in the description box below, okay? This time around, we're looking at the Gemini Lunar season, so we're talking beginning of June through the beginning of July. And we're going to have our typical 4-card spread, looking at the energy coming up for you or the energy that you'll be tapping into, any challenges or obstacles you may be facing during this next month. Because we're talking about Gemini energy, we're going to be looking into where you need to let life lead you. And then as always, a quick little soul message. And I feel like I have a frog in my throat, so 1 second, y'all. Excuse me. All right, sorry. Okay, so let's just, that did not help. Excuse me. All right, let's get started. The first card that you have coming up in your spread is the Death card, but don't be alarmed. And this is a card, I want to talk about the numerology first. It's 36, which breaks down to 9, which is all about wrapping things up, ending cycles, and ascending. Shifting your energy into a more positive light in order for you to be prepared for whatever is coming next, right? So this card, like I said, don't be alarmed. I don't read in regards to like people dying. So this card is actually more associated with you closing chapters. Leo, I feel like for a lot of you, I don't know, the past year wasn't necessarily hard, but things may not have fallen into alignment the way that you wanted them to. I feel like some of you might have been on this kind of path, and then you had a plan, and then it's like you slightly veered off, and then this didn't work out, but it worked out like this. It wasn't really what you saw, but it worked for you. And I feel like that might have been, a continuous thing for you. And then also, Leo, I feel like a lot of you may have just been in these spaces and places where you feel like you've outgrown a lot of situations, whether that be friendships, whether that be jobs, or where you're living, or, habits. I feel like a lot of you feel your energy shifting. You feel like you're growing, or you feel your growth, and you are in this space to where you're like, okay, I want certain changes for myself. I want to see certain things in my life happen. And I don't really know if all of that can happen with my energy still resonating here. So this Death card coming up, especially popping up for you guys during this lunar cycle, this is coming with the message of Leo. There are going to be some chapters and some books closing for you guys during this time. Again, that could be, and this could be your job. Some of you guys might move into different careers, or might be feeling like, or starting the process of looking for something different to do. Some of you guys might be feeling like you've had a lot of bad habits, and you start thinking, okay, it's time for me to start eating like this, time for me to start working out like this, time for me to stop talking to people like this, or whatever. Those are just examples. Some of y'all might be in relationships and just feel like, the time has passed to where it's just, that needs to get snip. Some of y'all might be single and might be in a position to where you're like, okay, I've lived this single life, and I think I might be ready to try something different, try to see if there's a companion out there for me. So a lot of you are moving away from energies that you once resonated with, and that's coming up for you a lot during this lunar cycle. And this is happening during this time because we are getting ready to go into the summer season, which means what? Y'all are closing out your year. You're about to come into your own new cycle around the sun, right? So things are changing for you. Things have to end. I say this in a lot of my videos. You cannot carry around old baggage or old habits that no longer serve you into your new chapters, because what good is that going to do you? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to carry old shit into the new, especially if it has nothing to do with what you got coming in for you. So this is the energy that y'all are going to be tapping into. A lot of chapters closing, a lot of things phasing out. And with that being said, a message, a reminder to you guys. Whatever work that you're doing, make sure that you are just, however you protect yourself, whether you pray, whether you call upon like energetic fields or you use stones or whatever it is, make sure that you're protecting yourself as you're working through these things and closing these chapters, because you don't want to be open to calling those energies back to you, because with change there is always resistance, and when we're releasing dense and negative and stagnant energies, those are hard energies to move, and they are attracted like a magnet to the person or the source that they came from. Okay, so just keep that in mind as you know you're closing these chapters. All right, y'all. Next card that I have coming up for you in your spread is in the position of any crossing energies or obstacles you may be facing during the next month underneath this Gemini lunar cycle. And you've got Simbi La Flambeau. This is a 8 of fire, Petro. This is a card that resonates with instability, or just having your energy all over the place and being very spontaneous, but not necessarily in a good way, if that makes sense. So this card popping up here does tell me that, and y'all are fire, and my parents are Leos, and my Mercury is in Leo. So I understand how Leos are very direct, but at the same time, they can be very impulsive in the way that they think and the things that they say, and they're not always necessarily that positive. So things don't always work out in the way that you want them to. This is a crossing energy for you. So as you're closing chapters, as things end, sometimes we do feel like we're taking L's, and sometimes other people feel like they're taking an L because we're closing chapter, and there might be a little animosity, or there might be a little bit of chaos surrounding that. So just keep in mind, like I said, protect yourself. Be very mindful of the way that you communicate during this next month, and just also be very direct and very adamant in what it is that you want and what it is that you need for yourself. This is not a love reading. When I pulled these cards, I was like, man, this is general, but I get the message that for some of you Leos, you might have either been dealing with somebody, or there maybe have been somebody that you've dealt with over the course of years, like off and on, that you understand, like, this is just really not it. I need to move away from this. It's time to do something different. And that person may not be with it. And that could also go for like a job. You may have been in a job situation, or been doing this type of work, and you feel like people might be dependent on you, but you're just like, this is not it for me anymore, and people might not be too happy with that. So just keep that in mind, that as you are doing the work for yourself, there's always, like I said, going to be resistance to change. And I feel like for y'all, it comes from external sources that you can be very influenced by. So just be the Leo that you are, hold your ground, stand strong. And at the same time, as you're moving through these energies and releasing all this stuff, keep in mind to not let yourself become consumed by that, because again, getting rid of things and change and shifting into new energies, it can be very difficult, especially if there's a lot of stuff for you to release. So don't become consumed by all this stuff going on around you, or what people have to say, or what people think, or what people do in reaction to your changes and your energetic shifts. All right. Next card that I have coming up for y'all in this spread is in the position of the Gemini energy, and it's where do you need to let life lead you? And I've got 2 messages with this card here. The first message is, this is the Congo Mambo. So this is the Queen of Cups. This card resonates with the energy of intuition. It resonates with the energy of just understanding and again, letting life lead you. Although we're in an air lunar cycle, this is the card of, okay, life has put you in this place because you're supposed to be here, and this is what you need to do. So just go with the flow, be air. You guys have very similar messages to Cancer, but go with the flow, be air. So Leo, where you need to let life lead you as these changes are coming in, as you get led to these spots of these chapters closing, instead of being like, oh nah, well, oh shoot, this person said, but maybe, I don't know. You need to just, hey, if it's time, it's time. This is where life has led me, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay? Now, going back to the other message, and I was saying this is not a love reading, but for some of y'all Leos, and y'all got fire energies, y'all energy is real strong. Some of y'all Leos want me to tell y'all about these love messages. This is the Queen of Cups. So this is a court card. So for some of you Leos, there may be somebody that you know, or somebody that you're involved with, or somebody that you might be thinking about being involved with that is a water sign who carries a very mature energy. And I do say water sign, which resonates with Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. However, when I read particularly with this deck, I associate the Queen of Cups specifically with Cancer. So could be a water sign, could just be somebody carrying those energies or those exhibiting those characteristics. But for some of y'all Leos, there may be a Cancer around that you know, or that you like, or that you are involved with, that you might need to just let life lead you on the journey of kicking it with them a little bit more to see what happens. I don't know. Message there. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that card. Also, in regards to, that's not all I have to say about that card. In regards to the message of intuition, because this is the Queen of Cups, this is a Cancer card for me, and this is, you know, water intuitive energy. Leo, during this month, anything that you're feeling, anything that you, any messages that you pick up, anything that you feel inclined to do or inclined to not do, make sure that you're following your gut, because your intuition will not lead you astray, and it's very important for you this month. It's coming up in the energy, in the position of where you need to let life lead you. So you need to be following your intuition. Pay attention to what you're telling yourself and how you're feeling and how your energy is feeling, because that's going to be very important for you in this next month, especially with it being the time for you to start wrapping up your year, okay? All right. Next card that I have coming, or last card that I have coming up for you, Leos, is in the position of the soul message. So something extra for you to take away with you from the spread. And yes, I did get a new deck, y'all. What's it called? The Secret or the Sacred? The Secret Language of Color, I think. I don't know. I have it linked down in the description box if you're interested in checking it out or getting your own. But this card comes with the message, it's tangerine. And the numerology here is 17, which breaks down to 8. But first, let's talk about the 1 and the 7. The 1, new beginnings, new cycles, new chapters, manifestation, independence, drive, motivation, right? 7 is divinity, philosophy, truth. So those two numbers coming together is like seeking out what you are meant to be doing right now, if that makes sense. 17 breaks down to 8, which is the number of cycles. It's the number of infinity. It is the number of chapters closing and chapters coming in, and karmic energy. So going back to what I was saying as far as the little love message is concerned, some of you Leos, there is a Cancer or a water sign person around you, whatever. Shout out to my Cancers. There might be a Cancer around you that you might have a little bit of a karmic or a soulmate connection with, and you might need to check that out. But going on with the 8 energy here, this is really just a time for you to, again, really get yourself into alignment by releasing energies and moving away from chapters that no longer serve you, so that you can come into alignment with what's coming up for you. And this is a card that says be spontaneous and have fun. So Leo, end your year with a bang. Do some things you've never done. I don't know, get rid of some energy, clear out space for some new things to come in, and just, again, see where life leads you. Be spontaneous, have fun with it. Don't think about it too much. Just work through the energies that you need to work through and find yourself in the spaces and the places that you need to be in, okay? All right, y'all, that's your reading. I hope that that resonated with y'all. I hope you got what you needed from it. If you have any questions or you need clarification or you like your own personal reading, you can book one with me. I've got my Etsy shop linked down below. You can also send me an email. What else? I still have the spring season, the vernal equinox tarot. Gosh, I can't talk. The vernal equinox tarot forecast up. We're rounding up the spring season. We've got like a couple weeks left. So if you want some reflection or you want to catch the last couple weeks of it, you can check that out as well. That's also down in the description box. And then also, I do have a video up on the Gemini Lunar cycle talking about the collective energies that we'll be dealing with for the next month under this wild Gemini air energy. That's linked down below too. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all next time. Peace.